Are you serious, MSNBC? Are you serious, MSNBC News? What? Actually, my throat must be better because that was incredible. But that is a bumper sticker moment. Folks, the frustration I'm having right now is it's not just me. It's, okay, let's go to Aurora, Colorado. It's the Dark Knight Rises. And you got this guy who thinks he's the Joker. I mean, he's a brilliant scientist, but what got into his mind? What demons were living inside of him to cause him to go through into a theater and start shooting down innocent people? MSNBC doesn't want to focus on the victims. MSNBC doesn't want to focus on the shooter. MSNBC wants to focus on the gun laws. Where is that in this story? There's nothing about this story. Why politicize this? Matter of fact, let me just play for you a 1 minute, 23-second interview of MSNBC with one of the victim's brother. His sister was killed. And he's being interviewed by MSNBC to talk about his sister and about the human toll, the impact upon the families. But listen to how the interview starts, where MSNBC wants it to go, and watch how this guy, listen to how this guy shuts down MSNBC. And this needs to be the message, guys. Quit turning everything to a political debate. And, don't do this. It's insensitive. It's not. I'll play it. Here we go. Let me make sure I get the volume up enough for you guys so you can hear him. He gets a little upset, and I don't blame him. Here we go.
As long as we're talking about my sister and the other victims and celebrating their lives, we can remember them.
Sure. You met with President Obama yesterday. Did he have anything inspiring or hopeful to tell you? What did he tell you?
He came in knowing about my sister, as he did with the other victims, and he sat down with us as a group and as individuals, and we made sure that he knew more about each and every one of the victims when he left.
Sure. Do you think that there should be a push for tighter gun laws, given the horror that you've just endured and how it has impacted you personally? Do you feel compelled to push for tighter gun laws?
Well, here's the thing. We can try to politicize this and make some sort of polarizing debate and make this a tenet of the election. That's not what we're here to do right now. We're here to celebrate the lives of the victims that have been lost. If somebody wants to do harm to somebody, they're going to find a way to do it, whether it be with a weapon, such as a rifle, or whether it be with any sort of means. We should actually start to think about why people are doing this. And the reason they're doing this is because they want their names out there. You look at Breving. He killed 77 people in Oslo so that he could get his manifesto out there. He wanted those 600 pages read by the world. And what we're doing right now, by talking about this shooter, rather than talking about the families, is we're providing them with a platform that they're using to get their names and their stories out there.
Well, why don't we talk about the platform you have to tell us about your sister? Tell us about her story and what makes her life so compelling to us.
Do you see how awesome that young man took MSNBC and turned them on their head? Basically, you just had a loved one murdered. It is one of the most horrific tragedies in the history of America. MSNBC wants you to come on and they say to you, we want you to share your story. Tell us what happened. Tell us how you're feeling. You get ready and you go on television and sure, whenever he says, sure, I just want the world to know about my sister, the victims. And the answer was sure. And then sure. And all of a sudden he goes, now tell us, are you gonna push for tighter gun laws? Are you gonna push for what is that? Why would you take this tragedy? Why would you take this young man and the pain and the suffering and turn this into politicizing it during an election year, which you know is very highly toxic already? See, there's no sensitivity here. Why does the mass media do the things they do? Really, they're starting to get on everybody's nerve. Quite honest with you, we're able to get the stories out to the public here on YouTube hours now. Used to be I could get a YouTube video out in 2 years. I used to be able to get a video out within 30 minutes after the news broke, maybe on CNN or MSNBC. Now I'm getting stories out sometimes as high as 14 hours ahead of them. 12 hours ahead of them. 6 hours ahead of them. Because they're all sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting on somebody to call them back from the White House to tell them what it is they can actually say about the situation, instead of reporting what is going on. See, they don't know how to report anymore. It's all propaganda for them. They can't. Somebody could walk across the street. There could be a car accident right in front of MSNBC. 2 cars could crash. One could run a red light and crash to another one. And there could be a cameraman standing on the street. And Chris Matthews could actually be sitting out there. Or maybe Rachel Maddow. Or maybe somebody else from MSNBC. And it can happen. And instead of just saying, "Oh, did you get that on film?" and the cameraman goes, "Yeah, I got it on film." He goes, "Okay, let's go live. Let's get there now. We've got to tell this. This is unbelievable. I saw this guy run this. Let's just report what happened." No, they couldn't do that. They have to get on the cell phone and call up to headquarters. MSNBC's executives have to pass that down 3 voicemails. Finally, it gets to somebody in another room over there somewhere. Some lady's filing her nails in a corner. She calls the White House. They said, "We didn't hear about it yet. We're waiting to get confirmation from ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, BBC. We might even..." And then after the White House gets all of the confirmation that the videotape is actually authentic, then speech writers get together in another wing of the White House and begin to draft exactly the narrative, the propaganda narrative on how this story should be told. Why? Because they don't want, maybe because it was a Chevy Volt that ran the red light. And that goes totally against the green initiative of the White House current administration, because they're pushing Chevy Volts. But the Chevy Volt's not the problem. It's the guy that ran the red light. Don't put a political spin on it because it was a Chevy Volt. Well, we don't know. How should we say this? He was driving a Chevy Volt. We don't want people to think that Chevy Volts are going crazy. The guy that went in and killed these people and shot these people in Aurora, Colorado, the guns he used, that not one of those guns would have fired unless he picked it up and shot it. Now, if you want to get into debates, gun law debates, that's a different forum with different people, not the brother of one of the 12 victims. Go get Mitt Romney. Go get Barack Obama. Tell them to quit throwing mud at each other on their ads that they're paying you millions of dollars to play on your networks, guys, and start asking them what their positions are on these issues. Quit running around panting like a little puppy dog at the table waiting for a crumb to fall when you got the information. This is why, and I'm going to go on record. YouTube, this is why you're blowing their doors off. This is why guys like me are actually getting larger followings than some of that Keith Olbermann did when he went on current TV. They can't get nobody to listen to him because it's all propaganda. What we do, we share exactly what's going on. We're not political, we're biblical. We look at the current world events, the news that's taking place. We ask ourselves, is this anything relevant with the Bible? If it isn't, we don't even probably discuss it. If it's something everybody wants to know about, maybe we report a little bit. But the main thing is, if it's prophetic, if God was warning that these days would come, and we are able to share that information, what's actually taking place, and how it relates to Bible prophecy, and what is the impact on you and your soul, that's exactly what we're doing. And guess what? People are standing in line waiting to hear the truth. And then this thing goes over all over Facebook and Twitter. And next thing you know, people are getting the truth. Are you saved? Because Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father but by me." There's no other way to salvation. You're not going to hear this in the mass media, the state-controlled television in most countries, including America. You have to come to Jesus Christ through the gospel, through accepting him on the terms of the gospel, and be born again. If you want me to help you, I would love to help you. I will help you with the truth to find Jesus Christ as your Savior. Send me a personal message. We had 4 get saved on my radio program yesterday live. We can help you today. Send me a personal message. I want to be saved. I want to be saved.